That's not too bad. Anyways, today is March 19th, 2025. My name is Moriam. You're watching Give a Fuck with Mori. And today, I give a fuck about a lot of shit. But today, in particular, I am giving a fuck about the fact that we're living in fascism. Okay? The fact that money is being withheld from what used to be federal entities for the sake of you aren't doing things the way things have been done. Like, you all of a sudden want to change the rules, and anybody who does not comply gets zero, nothing. Come on. And the article that I was just reading from The Atlantic was saying that, all these scientists and researchers are no longer being funded, and that there's a pattern as to who's getting their funding cut. It's all the DEIs, all the diversity hires, all of the research that has been amplified upon by being inclusive to those that differ from the mainstream of what we see in academia. Um, you know, there's a pattern there, and people notice it, but they aren't willing to say anything about it because they're hoping that their funding doesn't get cut. They don't want to be named because their funding is close to being cut. This is life changing, world bending research that's happening here. These are people being taken care of. These are things that we have to be doing as humans to evolve into a better place, into a better space. And if we allow people who do not feel the same and believe the same, that everyone is entitled to a good and decent life, I mean, we have to have the balls to say it. We have to have the balls to say it. These people don't care about nothing good. These are not good people that we're dealing with. They are not. They are people who are willing to do the worst things, in fact. They are willing to do the worst things on account of their hatred for others for no reason beyond they're different from them. They're willing to ruin lives behind that hatred. But God forbid you become upset about being on the receiving end of that hatred. And now you're a villain. You're the one who lacks humanity. And it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going. And it's cyclical because nobody ever has the balls to say enough. Let's just do it right. Let's just do it right. Let's just do what it is that we're supposed to be doing and things will go right. But instead, we make the worst choices. We are complicit in the worst things and expect good results. I call it the redundancy of humanity theory. We are so smart in that we have created so many things. We have innovated in so many ways, but the basics of humanity still elude us. Those simple things still elude us. You don't like somebody because of their religious affiliation, their race, their sexuality, their presentation. I could go on. Hating people for arbitrary things, it's nonsensical. It doesn't make sense. And I understand how you got there. But what I also understand is that you can return back to normal. I have belief that you can turn a tide. You can decide to intake new information. You can decide to change. But you people are willing to die behind being a bad person. I don't really get it. I don't really get it. It takes so much, and my sister and I were just talking about this, in that it takes so much energy to be a bad person. It takes so much energy to be grouchy all the time, to just be looking for the worst in life, always looking for the negatives. Those people are people who are at the helm of what we're even talking about right now. People who, in general, do not find happiness in their own heart. Miserable, miserable, miserable people. And instead of doing any work in regards to no longer being in that space, you want to inflict that same pain and affliction, really, because it is, something is wrong. You want to project that upon everybody. Everybody must now comply to that because what, you having a bad day, you having a bad life, and you want somebody else to blame. You think it's somebody else's fault. You're making a choice, baby. You're making a choice to be this way. After a certain point, it is no longer out of your hands. I've said it many a time. Life is not happening to you. And it's funny enough, I just had this conversation with the nice babe at Verizon who finally helped me get my money back from those insolent people that they have over there. Incompetence. For y'all to be charging so much damn money, Verizon, count your days. Count your days. Okay? But getting off of topic. I mean, it's in line with the topic in that corporational greed. Yeah, corporational greed is why we even have the person in office that we do here in America. I mean, in a lot of places. That I want to discuss Nigeria too. But greed is the reason. You people are greedy over something that we made up. Greedy about it. Greedy about it. There's enough for everybody. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. There is enough for everybody. There very much is. And the fact that they make it seem as though you have to go clawing and fighting and it's end of our days to see a dollar is crazy. It is not that deep. It's made up. Okay? We make it up. So to act as though there's not enough for everybody, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. There's more today than there was yesterday. And many yesterdays ago, was it enough for everybody? Many, many yesterdays ago. There is enough for everybody. So all of this is just because you want to do it. You want people to go without food. You want people to go without their medicine. You want people to be homeless. Because it puts them in a precarious situation. It makes them have to do things that you now deem not okay. And now they're the villain, even though you started the villain work. Now you're going to put somebody in jail because they're acting out of the confines of which you place them. Right. So again, it's all cyclical. And I think as a collective, we 100% have the power to say we don't, shame on. Okay, we're not doing it anymore. We don't have to do it. We don't have to do it. And I think the more that we get that in our brain, the more you interact with people whose brains are on, is where you can get back into that space and be like, actually, why are we doing this? Everyone gather here. Let's discuss, why is this happening? Who said this was okay? Let's vote on it. Let's vote on it. And it be an actual one. And it not be because you guys are obsessed with money. Obsessed. Like, my God, the price of a human life. A lot of people, a lot of y'all have set one, and it is not high. It is pennies on the dollar, actually, in some of y'all's brains. And it literally makes me sick. I just got chills. Like, bro, that makes me sick. You think that people aren't worth anything because they don't make a lot of money, because they don't live in the right area, because they don't speak the same way you do, because they don't look the same way you do, because they do things differently. Like, that's an affliction. That is an affliction. I don't know what to tell you. Actually, I do know what to tell you. Stop fucking doing it. Like, we're trying to get to a better place, a better space, a better place. You're holding us back a lot. You're holding us back a lot. Stopping people from having access to education, already we've been progressing in that direction. We've already been doing that. You've made it inaccessible to, I mean, millions of people just in this country alone, let alone globally. Let's not even get into the implications of that and how little women get education across the world. When we have the best brains, when you withhold information from the best brains, you're only doing your species a disservice. When you do not come together as a collective, you don't we don't do well. I mean, it's been shown time and time and time and time and time again. So why we keep walking in that same direction, I'm confused. I thought we learned that, I don't know, like 3, 4, 5, 10 chapters ago. Like, to what end? To what end? After you get all the money in the world, then what? Then what? What comes next? Are you God now? You know what I mean? Like, who are you? You're still you. That doesn't change. That doesn't change. So, how could it have that much value? How really could it? Y'all are willing to sell your souls for $1. For $1. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. You know, we have more power over money than money has over us, right? We made it up. Okay? Okay? Like, the power of which we give to money is the power in which we give it. There is no inherent value or power. What about that don't y'all get? So, again, where do we go from here? Niggas are trying to fill their pockets full, 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 full. And then you look around, you ain't got no, you can't even spend it. Nobody's here. Nobody's here to make anything of which you can even buy. You killed everybody. You don't get it? You don't get it? You killed everybody on your pursuit to being number one, to having the most, doing the most, in the most heinous of ways, only to get there and realize you have to kill everybody on your path. You're alone. You're alone. And humans, believe it or not, are not, we're not created to be alone at all. In any circumstance, humans will conjure a companion. Your mind will conjure one because without one, it will go crazy. That is why you know, isolation in prisons does what it does. Okay, that's a science. That's in real life. Humans are not meant to be alone in that manner. So the fact that that's the only result that I see on the other side of the behavior that we have continued to allow. How could we confidently keep walking in that direction? We can't. We can't, and we shouldn't. We really shouldn't. And I think as long as we can, majority, maybe we, I mean, there's some that will never be convinced. You can't convince them to care about themselves, let alone the people around them. So those people, I'm not looking to purposely persuade anyone. My point is, if you are a good person, be a good person. Be that. Don't say it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we have to actually be about it. We have to actually be about it. And in the same regard that these people who are doing the heinous things are being about what they want to see, they're bringing about the visions that they have conjured up in their minds. They want to see that become a reality. And if you can see a bigger and better and brighter reality for yourself, you have to also believe that it is a possibility. It is a possibility. I wake up every day hopeful to help someone in some way. Why bother waking up otherwise? Imagine me walking around wanting people, in fact, needing them to be below me, having terrible lives, terrible days. Would I not be mentally bogged down? Even if not with the voices of those people in your head, but with your own. To even have to think about that, even to think about that is negative. It has negative effects on the membrane. That is just a fact. That is just a fact. So I fear the only direction that we have to go in is better. Like, I mean, like, is that not the only and obvious choice? Why do people think that is a direction that leads to brightness? It doesn't. 100% does not. Does not. Being an evil person never garners good results. You can never have a good life being a bad person, I promise. Okay? And I apologize that there's not enough examples that are as loud because we're not perfect. You know what I mean? And I think in the same realm that we don't care about bad people being bad people, it's very hard to convince others that you're a good person for genuine because most people are going along with the tide that I don't have to. I don't have to care about other people. I don't have to give a fuck. Nobody give a fuck about me. Nobody gives a fuck about me. So why do I have to give a fuck about anybody else? That's an affliction. That is an affliction. That is something that is not good to think. It's not good to not think well of yourself and well of others. You know? And so the people who are not doing well of others, they have to go. You have to go. You don't want to play nice. You don't want to play with the other kids. So go away. Go away. Why are you trying to make fetch fetch? If you have to exert violence to bring about that kind of any kind of world, you've already lost. You've already lost because the cost of human life is so much greater than what we have ever even conceived to create. It's something we don't know the actual implications of how we have best guesses, but we don't truly know. We do the best we can with what we have. And the more that we study it, research, be inquisitive, have imagination about what is going on, the better we can be as people. So to pause that is, I mean, fundamentally cutting down where we can go as humans. Where can we go if we stop asking questions? If we stop expanding our purview, there is nowhere to go but down. I mean, like, is that where everybody's trying to go? Because that's not where the fuck I'm trying to go. And that's not where the fuck I see humanity going. Like, oh my gosh, do we want this place to go up in flames? You know, because I feel like it just gives, like, oh, very blase, as though we don't have choices to be made. We have the power to make choices. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I have a lot of faith in the power that we have as a collective. A lot of, I mean, some might say too much. Some might say too much. Some might say we are too far gone as people. But I don't believe that. I can't really. I really can't because I know myself. And I've encountered many people like myself. And so even if it is a small group, it's a mighty one because it takes a lot of guts, a lot of balls to say, I'm not going to join y'all in y'all I don't give a fuck shit. No, I actually care a lot. Yeah, no, I actually care a lot. I actually care a lot. And that's okay because that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to care about one another. We're supposed to give a fuck about this shit being good and copacetic for everybody. That is why we're here. That is why we're here. Oh, what is my, what are we don't know the meaning of life. That is the meaning of life. The meaning of life is that we must take care of one another. We are not here alone. We are not here alone. If we were not meant to be together, we wouldn't be together. It wouldn't be. And now that we are, we have to keep working to get it even better. I don't want to say get it right, but we've worked to get it better than we were yesterday. Yesterday's price, not today's price. Amplify upon what we've learned. Take from our experiences and impart it upon the youth. I mean, what are they supposed to aspire to when this is what we've shown them? I mean, I just, it's giving me, it's a famine of beauty, darling. Quite literally. There is not a lot of beautiful, good shit going on in the ethers. And that's not good. That's not good for morale. That's not good for the continuity of our species. That's not good for the membranes. Okay? It's not good to see people being evil all the time, to experience people being evil all the time. That's not good. And the more we don't have a handle on who's saying some good shit, I mean, we're only going to be distorted as people. We will only be distorted as people. And that is something I'd hate to see going forward in the future. Like, we don't deserve that. The children don't deserve that. The people that are going to come into this life, are currently coming into this life as I speak, don't deserve that. Like, if you've even just given up on yourself, okay, calm. But to give up on people who have not even had the chance to even know why they're here, it's selfish. It is very selfish. It is very selfish. And these are people who will go on and on and on about legacy and about this and wanting to be remembered. And then you wonder, what? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if you're just going to rewrite the books on whatever that current narrative is. If it's still okay to be a monster, then it'll stay that way in the text. But if we have evolved, which I hope that we have, they will try to find a way to rewrite it. But they can be stopped. They can be stopped. Nobody is bigger than the program. A with that one. And if you believe that nobody is bigger than you in your own life, then you have to determine, is it you or is it them? And if it's you, then you have to look for people who care just as much. Corral among, I mean, the kids are calling it community. Okay? We are not meant to be doing this life shit by ourselves. I promise. I promise. And the world will continue to be at a evil standstill because we are not fostering that. People don't know how to have conversations. You ask somebody about something and I mean, human interaction is really, I feel, at a low point, which is obviously valid. We just came out of a global pandemic. Still class, still technically there. Still technically there. But in regards to the damage of which the past 5 years has done on some people's lives, some people's brains, some people's capacity for hope, I mean, can be diminished. We're talking millions and millions of people are gone. Millions. No be small thing at all. You know? Like real deal human lives. People's family no longer here with us because in the last 5 years they have left us. And still, with what we have left, this is the route that we have chosen. It is, that is that is not some good shit by us at all, by any means whatsoever. Whatsoever. Like, you go from inherently trying to, and I mean inherently because obviously we all know the best thing to do is to help people when they are in crisis. Hence, all the biggest brains coming together to create a COVID vaccine, COVID vaccines, because they were working as a community to make their community better. Try, at least, to at least fucking try. And people are so jaded and people are so evil that we can't even believe in that authentically anymore. We've been scammed by drug companies, we've been scammed by health insurers. I mean, the human complex is so complex right now because of how deeply damaged the roots are between people. You can't have a conversation with someone who's wronged you that you want to keep in your life because the lack of accountability. We have to be honest and truthful with one another to be bigger and better. If you can't say, "Hey, this is not some good shit by you. Let's figure out how to get better." So you just never want to get better. You know what I mean? Like, it's about your intention. If your intention is to do the best you can with what you have, it'll always get done. It'll always get done. But when you believe in the opposite, are you surrounding the room with some good positive vibes? No. You know, it's giving villain. It's giving lifeless. It's giving, why are you here? Why are you here? If you don't care about anyone, what are you doing? If you don't care about anyone, why do you want to be the leader of everyone? I mean, it is laughable. You don't even have to play smart. I mean, you don't even have to play, pretend, fawn, act. I mean, it does not matter if you are smart or not to be a quote unquote ruler of this land. And you mean to tell me that you can't believe in your own capacity to be a good person? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Look at what we've created. Look at what we've allowed. Anything is possible. Isn't that what they be saying? Anything is possible. So why can't you believe that the world could be a better place? Because it's always been a bad place? Yeah, it has. So why do we want to keep it there? You know, why would you rather keep it there than try? I don't want to be in that space. And anytime I feel myself getting back to the space of there's nothing I can do about it, I have to remind myself that there is something I can do about it because I'm somebody and you are somebody and we are somebodies. Like, and we matter a lot. And if you care about yourself and you care about the people around you, you want to see better. And we have to continuously work in that direction. Like, that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Um, so my goals are to be around, collaborate, impart wisdom upon, have wisdom be imparted unto me by people who want bigger and better shit in this life than what we currently are in front of. When you really think about the implications that everything around us was created by one of us, that's powerful. That is power right there. So why couldn't we? Why couldn't we? I don't have the end. I don't have all of the answers. I wish that I did. I wish that I did, but I don't. But my current answer is I need to get around as many people who feel the way that I do, that see things in the way that I do, and want more for themselves in this life that transcends the bounds of a dollar. Money is great. Obviously, we are currently still living in capitalism. But to act as though there is not enough for everybody is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. That's a lie. Like, that is a lie. And I mean, if there wasn't enough for everybody, you wouldn't be wasting that much time trying to get everybody else's share. You know what I mean? If there was only a limited amount, you would stop at some point. You would stop. But the limit does not exist. So they're always going to keep going. They're always going to try to make more money because there's always more money to be made. Case in point, we all deserve some. Everybody. Okay, not just you and you and you and you. Everybody does. Okay? Like, come on now. How you gonna say the price of something costs this and then not give the person who you require to buy that enough money to buy said thing? The system of which you've even created and want to act within doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't have to continue. It does not have to continue. So that's where I'm currently at. That's what I'm giving a fuck about right now and always, usually. But the healthcare shit is really, really on another level for me as I work in healthcare, number one. Number two, again, we just got out of a pandemic. Coming out of a pandemic in which medical scientific research was, I mean, an absolute necessity. An absolute necessity. Like, we were all there. We survived. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were all there. We saw. We were all there, though. People were racing. People were dying in mass. So to now come back and take money away from the betterment of people's health, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And you people need to explain. I mean, I don't really care for the explanation. I want it to stop. But the people deserve an explanation at the very least, beyond hatred, because you can't be that dumb. You cannot be that dumb. And they're trying to make dummies of us. It is not okay to do what these people have been doing. It is 100% not okay. Um, and the ironic thing is, the people in politics that I'm talking about, we pay them. We pay them. We pay them. Of the money that we make as we go to work, we use that money to pay people who are withholding money from us. How? How does that one work? So then you start to question, well, then how are they getting their money? Again, off of our backs, just for them to say that there's not enough. Is there not? Why are you even over here? So I think we have to share our experiences as humans. I believe that we are in such a pivotal space in that more and more people are going to speak up. More and more people are going to give a fuck. It is but only a matter of fucking time. Count your days. Count your days. Count your days. Count your days. Because this is serious. This is serious. This is not for play. This is people's lives. Like, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. These people are crazy. These people are crazy. And they're taking the piss. And we have to tell them, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You need to zip up your pants. You need to go. You need to leave. They need to leave. They need to leave. Exit stage motherfucking left. You don't belong here. What do you want to do here with everybody? If you don't care about everybody, you have to go. You have to go. Go somewhere else with that. Let all the people who care about people be with people. Let's make it more socially acceptable for you to get the fuck. Get the fuck away. Because y'all don't want good shit. So, anyways, that's what was on my heart to say. Um, and I'm glad because uh, it really can get you down. It really can get you down and make you feel powerless. Make you feel as though you aren't deserving of wanting better. Who are you to believe that you deserve those things? Because they haven't been accessible to you. It feels like a pipe dream. It feels delusional. Ain't shit delusional about it. This whole world is created by someone who was delusional enough to believe that it could be. So let's get to fucking making. Like, I'm just confused. Like, what is all this dilly dallying in the wrong direction? Oh, I'm so sorry. I talk in TikTok a lot. I feel like I'm gonna watch this back and be like, people aren't gonna understand you, Moriam, because you only talk in TikTok. Um, but whatever. This is just this is me. So take me as I am, or have nothing at all. Anyways, um, yeah, my point is be better, do better, try. There ain't no sense in not trying, bro. We only have the one life. We only have the one life. Am I going to waste away while people try to take my life away? No. No, 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 no. No. So I gotta put my voice forward. No, no, no. I gotta speak up. This shit is not right. And they know it, and we need to be more cognizant of it. We need to be more aware, make one another more aware that my eyes are open. My head is on. Okay? Okay, it's not rocks up in here. I have thoughts. I think things. I want things. Okay? I'm a real life girl living in a real life world. Okay? So let's make it a better world. Let's make it a better world. Why not? Why not? So, anyways, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you put forth your own intention. Ramadan is almost over. I just hope that everybody opens up their imagination to the fact that there is much more than this current circumstance. To ourselves, to the world, so much more to it. And we can only expand by walking in that direction. Okay? Like, yeah. So, anyways, I'm not going to rant again. I hope that y'all have a beautiful, today's what, Wednesday, hump day. Um, I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of the week. Keep your head up. It's hard out here okay? It is hard. It is hard. But it is okay. Because life is bigger than this, for real. Eventually, this will combust. I hope that we drive it there. I want to be the driver of the car. You know what I'm saying? I want to act versus react. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to that's my intention. That's my intention, child. So the more that I'm doing that, the better. And I hope that you'll join me. I hope that we can have more conversations about the world and life. Real shit by real people. So anyways, bye.